Hey everyone, Shaun Stevenson here, author of the Throne series, helping you find your next retro read. And first up, we gotta address the glasses. I do have new glasses. If you've been around for a while on this channel, you know I have another pair of glasses. I just got these recently, trying them out. Hopefully you like them. I like them, I think they're fun. But today we are talking about Oz books for Halloween, because sometimes you just want to read a themed book to a season. So what better season to read for than Halloween? Halloween is so much fun in my opinion because it's spooky season. There's a lot of fun stories that you can read. And if you're into Oz, there actually are a few Halloween-ish Oz books that you can read, and one that is definitely a Halloween Oz book. So let's talk about them. First up, I don't think you can go wrong by reading Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz. This is my older copy of Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz. This one is a Riley and Lee edition with that particular Riley and Lee stamp on the side of the book, which there are different stamps on the sides of these books that differentiate what year it was published. So this one is not as old as some others, but I love putting this book up at Halloween time because it's got the jack-o'-lantern of Oz on it, Jack Pumpkinhead. I think this book is a lot of fun. You definitely can't go wrong reading this one at Halloween time because Jack Pumpkinhead's the star. So you've got pumpkins all over the place, pumpkin patches, all kinds of fun stuff. In Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz, you have the character of Peter from Philadelphia who comes to help Jack Pumpkinhead save Oz from another villain who has attacked the Emerald City and kidnapped Ozma. And so Jack Pumpkinhead and Peter and an Iffin, which is a griffin without the gur, they go on an adventure to try and rescue Ozma. And so all kinds of Halloweenish type stuff happens in this book. Like for instance, they actually go to the infamous Scare City, which I'm going to show you the cover art for that chapter right there. They go to Scare City and have scary times in Scare City where they... Scare City, yes, get it. Ruth Plumly Thompson wrote this one, and it is in kind of that second wave of Oz books that came out after L. Frank Baum wrote those first 14. And so this is book number 23, and this book in particular was full of Ruth Plumly Thompson's puns, but it's a lot of fun. You have a great adventure. They're going all over the place. They go outside of Oz, which Ruth Plumly Thompson loved to explore the different countries that surround Oz. So they go to Eve in this one. There are so many fun characters that show up throughout the book, and it's just got that Halloween vibe in my opinion. Now, the next up book that I would recommend for an Oz Halloween read is actually a book that takes place on Halloween in Oz. Now, this is a newer Oz book written in 1994 by Bill Campbell and Irwin Terry, and it is called Masquerade in Oz. And this one is actually set on Halloween. It's a shorter book and it's kind of a larger print, but it really tries to get that feel of those original Oz books through the artwork and through the way the chapters are laid out. In this particular book, you have a situation where there is an interesting spell that has been cast at Betsy Bobbin's birthday party, which happens to be on Halloween Day. And everyone is becoming the characters they have dressed up as according to this spell. And the Patchwork Girl has to save the day because there are some hijinks and mischief afoot. And the Patchwork Girl is the only one who is herself. And so she has to go and save the day and reverse this spell, but no one is able to help her because all of them are not who they think they are. This was a really fun Oz book. It's one of my favorite, more modern Oz stories because I felt like it really captured L. Frank Baum's original feel of an Oz story with that little bit of a more intense storyline and a little bit of a spooky vibe to it. So it really was a lot of fun, and I cannot recommend Masquerade in Oz enough. All the characterizations are on point. I felt like I was reading an original Baum book when I read this book. So definitely check out Masquerade in Oz. It's not too difficult to get a used copy of it. They go online for not that expensive, so you can find this one pretty easily online. So definitely check it out before Halloween because this is on Halloween when this takes place. Now, the next Oz book I want to talk about, it might not sound like it's a Halloween type book, but this book is spooky. I think it's one of the scariest and most intense Oz books there is because it has some of the most evil villains out of all Oz books, in my personal opinion. out of all the ones that I have read, which I've read almost all of the original 40. I have read a ton of extra ones outside the original 40. So I'm pretty well versed in Oz. And I feel like this one to me has the most evil villains. And it is the villains in this book that make it scary enough to be considered a Halloween Oz read. That book I'm talking about is The Magical Mimics in Oz by Jack Snow. Now, Jack Snow took over the writing duties of Oz after L. Frank Baum first, then Ruth Plumly Thompson, then John R. Neal, and then Jack Snow. And this was Jack Snow's first Oz book, The Magical Mimics in Oz. And from this cover, it may not look that intimidating or that spooky. But let me tell you, some of the artwork in this book was real intense. And I remember as a kid reading this one, I had read the original 14 L. Frank Baum books, and I found a copy of this at my local library, and I thought, what is this? I didn't know there were more Oz books. And I was so excited, and I took it home and I read it so fast, and I loved it. This one has some real intense moments with some really creepy characters, as you can see right here. You also have this one picture that definitely terrified me as a kid, and I'm about to show it to you. And that is this scene with this giant spider. And it is so terrifying and so creepy. And there are scenes like this throughout the book. So it definitely, in my opinion, counts as a spooky Halloween read. If you have not read The Magical Mimics in Oz, I highly recommend it, especially if you like L. Frank Baum's more intense parts of Oz in his books, like in The Tin Woodman of Oz, some of those sorts of ones. You're going to like this one quite a bit. And then last but not least, we can't get away without reading what I feel like is not exactly Halloween, but it's like the fall vibe. And that is book number 9 in the series, The Scarecrow of Oz, where this one is all about that scarecrow who we all know and love, the Scarecrow. He's a great character. And in this one, you have such a great adventure, and it features a scarecrow, which, you know, scarecrows are a fall time thing. Like, you see them around at fall. It's so much fun. I highly recommend this one as an original L. Frank Baum book to read at Halloween fall season, because of the Scarecrow. So in this particular entry, you have Trot and Captain Bill come back. Cap'n Bill. And they are on an adventure to help rescue the Scarecrow from the evil King Cruel, who has taken the Scarecrow. And so they are on their way to try and rescue the Scarecrow and save the day. You have some really classic moments with the Scarecrow in this book, and it's just so much fun. It's such a great read, and it's so cozy and fall time vibes, in my opinion. So this is definitely one to check out if you're looking for an Oz book to read at the fall Halloween season. So there's probably more that you could read from the Oz series. I mean, there are tons of books. There are some that are a little scarier than others, and you might gravitate towards those if you're looking for a Halloweenish read. But these are the ones I would recommend. Have you read any of these? Tell me about it in the comments below. I would love to hear. And if you have a suggestion for another Halloween read for an Oz book, I would love to hear it, because it's that season. So let me know. I would love to know. So until next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye.